shadow of my dead lover writer, Arundhati Sarkar. Don't watch this alone. If you want to sleep tonight, the shadow of my dead lover writer, Arundhati Sarkar. Don't watch this alone. If you want to sleep tonight. A horror romance story told by Raghav. My name is Raghav. What I'm about to tell you is the most terrifying and heartbreaking experience of my life. It all began a few days after my marriage. I had moved to another city for a new job, and my newlywed wife, Neha, came with me. We rented a room in an old house to live in. For the first few days, everything seemed perfectly normal. But then Neha started saying strange things. One night, as we were about to sleep, she grabbed my hand tightly and whispered, "Raghav, there's a girl standing in that corner." I looked. There was nothing there. I smiled and said, "You must have imagined it." Neha didn't reply, but her face had turned pale with fear. After that, she kept saying the same thing almost every day. Sometimes she claimed a girl with long black hair stood near the window. Sometimes she said a dark figure watched her from the doorway. But the most frightening part was this. The girl was always staring at me. Whenever I was home, she would simply stand there, silently watching. But whenever I left, she would glare at Neha with terrifying red eyes, as if she hated her, as if she held some deep grudge against her. Day by day, Neha became weaker. Dark circles appeared under her eyes. She barely slept at night. But I didn't believe her. At first, I comforted her. Then I became irritated. And one day, I made a terrible mistake. That evening, after returning from work, I heard the same story again. This time, I lost my temper. "Neha, how many times are you going to say the same thing? There's nobody here. Stop imagining these things." The moment I said that, she fell silent. Tears filled her eyes. Without saying another word, she walked into the next room. I didn't realize how terrified she truly was. Later, Neha told me what happened. She was sitting on the floor, crying quietly with her face buried in her knees. Suddenly, the room became freezing cold, a bone-chilling cold. Slowly, she raised her head, and there she was, the girl, wearing a white dress, long black hair dragging across the floor, dark eyes, a twisted smile on her lips. In a raspy voice, she said, "So, you're trying to steal my love? My Raghav, I won't spare you." Then she burst into a horrifying laugh. Right in front of me, Raghav holds you close, and I burn every second in agony. Raghav belongs to me, only to me. The moment she finished speaking, she vanished into thin air. Neha was trembling, crying uncontrollably. Then she suddenly ran to my room, and what she saw there completely shattered her. She saw that same woman standing behind me, holding me in her arms, but I couldn't feel anything. Neha rushed toward me and hugged me tightly from the front. Through her tears, she cried, Raghav, she's holding you. She's right here. And then she fainted. I was completely shocked. I quickly carried her to the bed. And then the temperature inside the room dropped. The air felt heavy. I turned around and saw a girl standing there. White dress, long hair, pale face. I froze because I knew her. Angel, my first love. Tears rolled down my face. Angel, is that really you? She looked at me and smiled, but there was nothing but pain in that smile. Raghav, did you forget me? I can't bear to see you with someone else. My voice trembled. But you're dead, Angel slowly replied. My father refused to let us marry. I couldn't imagine a life without you. So I took my own life. This house belonged to my aunt. I died here. Blood-like tears streamed from her dark eyes. But how could you give my place to someone else? I'll take Neha away from you. I love you. I began to cry. No, Angel, don't hurt Neha. I love her. She's my wife. You were the love of my past, and I will never forget you. But Neha is my present. I can't live without her. At that moment, Neha regained consciousness. She had heard everything. With tears in her eyes, she sat up and wrapped her arms around me. I held her tightly. Angel watched us in silence for a long moment. Then the anger slowly faded from her face. Only sadness remained. A faint smile appeared on her lips. All right, Raghav, if that's what you want. I love you, and because I love you, I'll let you go. Then she spoke her final words. Please immerse my ashes. Only then will I find peace. As soon as she finished speaking, her figure slowly dissolved into the darkness. A few days later, Neha and I found Angel's remains. Following all the proper rituals, we immersed her ashes. After that, we left the house forever and moved somewhere else. Years have passed since then. Today, Neha and I live a peaceful life. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, she suddenly wakes up screaming, her body trembling with fear. I hold her close until she calms down, and every time, a question crosses my mind. Did Angel truly find peace? Or is she still watching us from somewhere in the darkness, waiting for another lonely night? The end Ghost Black. Like, comment, follow, or subscribe for more horror stories Ghost.